On duty?
Yes.
I'd have to check who's on duty.
If you don't mind, whenever you get a chance.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, he might know off the top of his head.
Thank you very much. Yeah. But he didn't. Am I being detained? By the way, let me establish that.
Right now, yeah, we're gonna.
You're detaining me for no
Yes,
crime.
Yep. Because we got called here
I
for
get that.
suspicious persons
But,
in a
car.
suspicious vehicle. Right. That's why I'm here.
But no crime though. Just a suspicious person.
Right.
No
And
crime.
that's what we're figuring out.
But no crime though. Just a
Right.
suspicious
Right now,
person.
there's no crime.
Okay.
Correct.
Good. Thank you very much.
So all we would do now that we've established that there's no crime being committed,
Yes, sir.
because I am conducting an investigation,
Yes.
I have to get information.
Not gonna happen, man.
Okay. But
Bronx v.
just so you would,
Texas. Bronx v. Texas.
okay, just so you're aware,
Yes, sir.
A tense standoff unfolded in New Jersey as Officer Hill, badge number 519, attempted to compel a citizen to provide identification despite admitting that no crime had been committed. Does a neighbor's suspicious person call legally justify stripping away your right to remain silent and your constitutional protections? Observe how this individual utilizes legal expertise to navigate law enforcement escalation without resorting to disrespect. What would you do if you were detained without a legitimate legal basis? Thank you for watching ID Refusal 101. We would like
Welcome
to
to
extend
ID
our
Refusal
sincere
101.
gratitude
We're here
to
to
the
arm you
original
with legal
creator
knowledge to
for
protect
providing
yourself.
this
Subscribe
valuable
now
footage.
to know your rights and how
Please
to assert
follow
them.
the
And
original
now,
channel
enjoy the
to
video.
support their work in documenting civil rights.
what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How are ya?
I'm
We got a
good.
call for a suspicious car that's been here
Okay.
for some time, and I'm here to check it out, make sure everything's good.
Hey, before we start, can I get a name and badge number?
Sure, Officer Hill, badge number 548,
And what department are you from?
Pennsville.
And where's that located?
Here,
No, the address.
90 North Broadway.
90 North Broadway. Okay. So you said you got a call about a suspicious car. And what else?
Suspicious vehicle,
Uh-huh.
and that's it.
Okay.
That's been parked here for quite some time. So I'm just here to check it out.
Okay, officer. Like I told the individual who approached me,
Okay.
I'm parked legally. I'm not doing anything wrong, and I'd just like to be left alone
Okay.
because, as you know, we're American citizens and we don't have to explain ourselves to people what we're doing if we're not breaking the law, right?
Right.
So that's all I told the individual, and quite frankly, man, I just like to be left alone to be a free citizen.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right. I just gotta get. Is this your car?
I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm going to
Okay.
invoke my Fourth Amendment right. And
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Can I get your name, sir?
You don't have to answer any questions. Yeah.
Okay.
This is not a Terry stop, as you know.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm conducting an investigation.
No, I know, but still.
I gotta get information on who I'm talking to.
No, you don't. Bronx v. Texas states that just because you got a call that didn't give you any probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, you don't have the right to identify anyone.
Okay.
So, that's case law.
All right. Well, what I'll say is, yeah, you're parked legally. Just
Sure.
you're fine to do whatever you please. Okay.
So then, okay. So, like you said, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But why would you state that you have to get the ID of everyone in the car when you know that that's against the law
I
to
tell
identify
everyone
someone?
the same thing when I'm conducting an
Is
investigation.
that common
I like to-
practice?
Is that what
Is
I
that
do?
common practice? Yeah, like,
Yeah. If I'm
okay.
conducting an investigation, I'd like to get the name of everyone that I'm talking to.
Okay. It's not
Just like
optional.
Just like how you asked my name and everything.
You're a public official. I'm a private citizen.
I know,
yeah.
but I'm saying, you know how you like to speak
Yeah.
with my name and everything. I like to do the same thing.
And you're respectful of people who don't want to give their names, correct? That's one. Okay, good. Well then,
Yeah,
we're good
I mean,
then.
you're not breaking any laws. So.
Perfect. Yeah. I would appreciate it if you let her know that I'm not breaking any law, and them also. Apparently, they feel that because you're parked in front of their house, that they own this property and no one else can park here.
Right.
So, yeah.
And like I said, you're parked legally. What I will suggest, and you don't have to, is we have a boat ramp. We have a park. If you would like to go park there, I know you can park here. That way, people don't call calling you and say, hey, this car's suspicious.
That's a
and
good
everything.
suggestion, but a better suggestion would be just educating the citizens that people have the right to park on a public street and shouldn't have to go to boat ramp just because they're uncomfortable. That would be the
Right,
legal
that's-
and wiser approach.
That's why I'm not making you leave.
I know. I just didn't like that suggestion, just leaving from here because she's uncomfortable, going somewhere else at a boat ramp. I want to be parked legally where I can be.
Yep,
And if they're uncomfortable, that's unfortunate. That's on them for not knowing the law.
I got you.
Right? That's not on me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't deal with uncomfortable, man. I try to work with the law.
All right.
So,
Thanks, sir.
all right, thank you. Nothing. I want the card number, so I could probably get a conversation between the two of them. If they come back, I'm going to press the card number.
Stop. Take pictures. What are you taking pictures for?
That's the way from before. How's that approach?
Yeah, that like talking about too. For the Boulder one? Yeah, Salem Drive. Yeah. Okay. Where? In New Jersey? All right. How you doing, sir?
Hello, sir.
Are you?
I'm not going to answer any questions. Before we start, can I get your name and badge number?
Davenport 519.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so here's where we're at.
Uh-huh.
In New Jersey or
Yes.
any state, you have to provide your name and information during an investigation or even a motor vehicle stop. Okay.
Okay.
I know the RO of the cars. That's all I'm trying to confirm is that's who you are, so we can get out of here.
So you're saying in an investigation I have to legally provide my name?
Yes.
And if I consult my attorney, they'd say the same?
Correct.
And that's not true. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Let's start with that. RAS. We need RAS, right?
Okay.
RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? Did someone call and specifically say that I committed a crime? I'm just asking you.
Specifically, what crime would that be?
You tell me.
Well,
You were here. Someone
we
called you for
recall
me.
stating that you were sitting out in front of the house
Correct.
for several hours.
Is that
And
a
that's what
crime?
we're just trying to find out what's going on because we had a house in this area that
Has nothing to do with me. Is that a crime,
well,
though?
I can't associate that. All I'm trying to do is get you out of here so we all can go about our way.
But do I have a Fourth Amendment right? Can you answer that?
What would that be, too?
You tell me. You're the officer. You know what a Fourth
And I'm
Amendment
saying
is,
this
right?
doesn't violate that Fourth
It
Amendment
does.
right.
No, if you force me to identify, it does.
Well, because you're driving a motor vehicle.
I'm not driving a motor vehicle. My vehicle is parked.
So you're still occupying a motor vehicle.
I can occupy a
You
motor
can
parked
operate.
vehicle. I can operate, but
you
I'm
can
not.
operate, but it still is the same.
It's not the
You
same.
have you have the right to operate it
Okay.
on a public street.
But can I commit a moving violation while parking?
No, but you can't commit a parking
So,
violation.
am I committing a parking violation?
I don't know yet because I don't know if you're the registered owner of this
I'm
vehicle.
going to invoke my Fifth
So
Amendment
I
right.
don't know if you have a driver's license.
I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent without a lawyer present to answer any questions.
While remaining silent.
Sure.
While remaining silent.
Sure.
I just need you to provide me your proper driving documentation.
I'm not going to provide any documents since I didn't break
You
any
definitely
laws.
have to provide a
I am
driver's
not going to
license,
provide any
the
documents since I didn't
registration
break
and
any
the
laws.
insurance for the vehicle.
At this point in time, I'm going to remain silent.
Okay.
Officer Hill initiates the encounter by imposing a flawed legal premise, claiming that in New Jersey, providing identification is mandatory during any investigation. The camera immediately counters with a strategic ID refusal by demanding proof of reasonable articulable suspicion, RAS. Under the Fourth Amendment, police cannot compel a citizen to identify without a specific link to a crime committed, being committed, or about to be committed. Officer Hill's reliance on a suspicious vehicle call from a neighbor does not meet the legal threshold for a crime. As Officer Hill attempts to reframe the encounter as a traffic stop, the camera correctly points out that his vehicle is parked and he is not operating it. This illustrates a common case of police misconduct, where officers conflate parking with moving violations to bypass constitutional protections. The cammer is legally sound in invoking his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and maintaining his ID refusal, since no traffic law was broken. To protect your rights, you must insist that the officer identifies a specific crime before complying with any demand for ID. This ID refusal remains your strongest defense against unlawful police escalation.
We're kind of impasse here, and I'm trying to make this as easy for everybody as possible. I get your frustration. I get it. I'm at the same level.
Listen,
honestly.
the next step is litigation if you violate my rights. And on the oath, you're going to have to answer these questions in front of a jury, okay? I'm not going to ask any questions moving forward, okay? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent
So let me
without
get
the
this straight.
presence of an attorney.
You're not going to provide a driver's license, registration, or
Do you suspect
insurance
me of committing a
information.
crime or a moving violation?
I can't determine that.
So then the answer is no.
If your driver's license is
Do
valid.
you suspect me of committing a
You're saying
crime
that. I
or a
can't
moving
guarantee that
violation?
until I can provide the documentation.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime or a moving violation? Yes or no?
I don't know yet.
So you don't know.
No,
So
because I can't provide
do your
proper documentation.
investigation. Talk to whoever you have to talk to.
Which we have. And the final
your-
step here is
what
to
did
make sure
they
you have a
say?
valid license.
No, you don't get to go around the place determining who. You
I
know,
do, because you
I'm
got
not
here
even going to
somehow.
speak anymore.
You
Did
got-
you
you
see
got
me?
those points,
Did you
right?
see me arrive here?
Huh?
Did you see me drive
The
here?
neighbors did.
But did you? Are they
I
police
didn't need
officers?
to. It doesn't matter.
All right, listen.
You got here somehow, right?
Supervisor, please.
I am. It's right here.
You're a
That's why I'm here.
supervisor, please.
Yes.
You're a supervisor.
No, that's it. This is me.
Fifth Amendment.
Okay.
I invoke my Fifth. I invoke my Fourth, and I invoke my First Amendment right also. And can I get a card number, Hill?
Hill,
Yes. Can I get a card number, please?
a CAD number?
Yes. Call number, card number,
Yeah,
incident number, whatever you guys call it.
you'll be able to. We'll give it to you.
Can I get it now?
You can get it now.
Yes, please. Thank you. I appreciate
Can I
it.
get your ID?
No, sir.
Okay.
What is your RAS?
My reasonable
Your RAS
articulable suspicion?
of a crime.
No, so this is what we're trying to explain to you. We get called here for
I
a
know
suspicious
how it
vehicle.
works. Okay, this is not.
You obviously don't because you're not
I
giving
don't.
us your
Okay.
ID.
Okay. Can I get the card number?
Yeah,
Thank you. I'm not going to speak to you either. I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
sounds good. County, can I get a case number?
Remember, I told you. Are you familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Similar to the 34th Hill.
Firm.
Are you familiar with the Bill of Rights?
Yep.
And okay, good. You know, there's established law regarding the Fourth Amendment, someone's right to be secure in their effects. Okay, and a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Yep.
Okay, you're aware of that. Thanks
Yep.
for putting it on record.
You're welcome.
Remember, I told you Brown v. Texas. Okay, so remember that case law,
Okay.
just in case there's litigation. I've directed you exactly to the case law that governs this. Brown v. Texas. Is your body camera on?
It's on.
Perfect.
It's always on.
And he is your supervisor, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You see, there's something called an unlawful arrest. And that's where litigation comes in. And you sue the department for an unlawful arrest if they do escalate it to that point. Because RAS is the minimum standard that they have to reach before even getting any probable cause. And hopefully they know. I don't know if they know, but we'll see. Maybe lieutenants might be able to educate them if they try to pursue this further. And afterwards, what I'm going to do is go lodge a complaint to both officers. So
I didn't
we'll put it on
understand.
the
You
right
just,
side.
were you talking to me there or no? To be
No,
honest question. I didn't know if you were talking
No, with
to me
all
or
due
not.
respect, I'm
Okay.
speaking to myself.
Okay.
So, yeah, not you.
All right.
I'm going to respectfully address you. If I want to talk to him, respectfully
Okay.
say, Hill.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not going to disrespect you. You're a human being.
Thank you.
Do you know who the other officer is speaking with? So I can.
I don't know. Who you're
Okay.
talking to. No.
And who's the lieutenant on duty?
On duty?
Yes.
I'd have to check who's on duty.
If you don't mind, whenever you get a chance.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, he might know off the top of his head.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
As the confrontation escalates, the camera demonstrates a masterful ID refusal by directly warning Officer Hill of the risks of litigation. The officer's admission that he does not know if a crime has occurred, yet continues to demand documentation, is a textbook example of police misconduct. Beyond protecting his own interests, the camera effectively educates the officers by citing the landmark case Brown versus Texas, a supreme legal standard establishing that police cannot arrest someone simply for refusing to identify without reasonable suspicion of a crime. By requesting the CAD number and confirming that body cameras are active, the camera is meticulously building an evidentiary record for a potential civil lawsuit regarding unlawful arrest. This ID refusal strategy is further bolstered by invoking the First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendments, creating a robust legal barrier against Officer Hill's coercion. Throughout the interaction, maintain a respectful yet firm stance, mirroring how this individual reminds the officers of the Constitution and human rights. Sustaining an ID refusal here is legally justified because the officers failed to provide any evidence of a traffic stop violation or a specific crime scene. Understanding these legal precedents is essential for any successful ID refusal when facing unauthorized police demands.
But he didn't. Am I being detained? By the way, let me establish that.
Right now, yeah, we're gonna.
You're detaining me for no
Yes, sir.
crime.
Yep. Because we got called here
I
for
get that.
suspicious persons
But
in a
in a car.
suspicious vehicle. Right. That's why I'm here.
But
in the
no
first
crime
place.
though. Just a suspicious person.
Right,
No
and
crime.
that's what we're figuring out.
But no crime though. Just a
Right.
suspicious
Right now,
person.
there's no crime.
Okay,
Correct.
good. Thank you very much. Make sure this is still recording.
So all we would do, now that we've established that there's no crime being committed,
Yes, sir.
because I am conducting an investigation,
Yes.
I have to get information.
Not gonna happen, man.
Okay, but
Brown
just
v.
so you would,
Texas. Brown
just,
v. Texas.
okay, just so you're aware,
Yes, sir.
when I do that,
Yes.
I write it down, it goes in our system,
Yes.
and that's it.
Nope.
There's no reason for you to even have a CAD number because
There
we're not
is.
going to have your information to put in there, and she's not going to give it to you without you verifying who you are.
This is public information, sir.
Okay.
Yep. I've done thousands of public records with Oprah requests, okay? This is
Okay.
public information.
All right.
I know exactly how this works, okay? So
Sounds good.
I'm not ignorant.
All right.
And as you can see, I was never disrespectful to you,
I know.
right?
Yep.
I just want to make sure we put that on record, okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Erratic driver, South Broadway, and there suddenly gets traffic south.
Oh, but let me ask you something. She drove here earlier, blocked the street, and then backed up on this side of the street. You want to go charge her for that? I mean, that lady here in that yellow car, she drove
blocked.
here. She blocked the street to look in my car and backed up on this side of the street. Yeah, so that's obstructing of the roadway. So you want to do an investigation about that? I'm calling to let you guys know about what
Okay.
she did. So.
Well, we can talk to her about that as well.
Sure. I got it on video too. I got a dash cam and the points to the back and the front, so
Okay.
I got it on video.
All right.
Officer Hill just admitted to a significant legal contradiction, confirming the detention of a citizen while simultaneously stating that no crime has been committed. This admission is a critical failure that justifies the camera's persistent ID refusal. Under the Fourth Amendment, a lawful detention requires reasonable, articulable suspicion of criminal activity. Prolonging an encounter merely to gather information for a police database without evidence of a violation is a clear sign of police misconduct. The camera expertly forced Officer Hill to concede on record that he was merely a suspicious person and not a suspect in an actual crime. In this context, ID refusal serves as a vital legal shield, preventing the police from converting a non-criminal encounter into a forced administrative compliance check. The camera further seizes control by demanding that the officers investigate the original complainant for obstructing the roadway, demonstrating a sharp understanding of the law and public rights. When law enforcement cannot articulate a specific crime or a valid traffic stop violation, your right to ID refusal remains absolute. This segment highlights the necessity of establishing your detention status and the absence of a crime early on to thwart unauthorized escalation. Consistent ID refusal is your primary tool when police authority oversteps its constitutional boundaries.
Alright.
Am I free to go?
Yep, still detained.
Still detained, okay. All right, there. I'm not going to resist, man.
No, you're
You're
good.
going to put me on arrest. Look, here's my hands. I'm not going to resist. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page, because
That's,
if
I
an
think we
officer
are,
tell me they're going to
honestly.
pull me out of the car and I just don't want to do, what are we going to do?
Nah.
I'm very respectful. Are we
I'd
okay?
say- yeah. So here's what we're gonna do.
Sure.
Okay? Because I really don't want this massive headache of whatever's going on.
Okay.
So, what my thing is
Mhm.
obviously this car's registered in New Jersey, right? So we can pull the registration, see who the RO is, and see if the RO matches your picture in the DMV system.
Public plate, right? Public license plate. So, yeah, you guys
Right,
have the right
exactly.
to do that. Yeah.
Okay. So, to me, that's the easiest way to resolve the whole matter. And
I
just
think so, too.
all of us going about our way, right?
Perfect.
Okay?
I'm okay with that.
That work for you?
Yep.
'Cause I don't feel like having to go to this just for a simple little suspicious vehicle investigation.
Yep.
The whole reason why we're pushing it that far is because we literally just had an incident at the school that's 100 yards away.
Okay.
So that's why we're in the area now anyway. So
Listen, I
just letting you
understand that, but anybody who's parking in the street doesn't mean they're associated with that incident. Like,
no,
where you
I
coming
get
from?
it. I get it.
But,
But
yeah.
at the same time,
Mhm.
we gotta if you gotta get out of here you gotta here somehow. You gotta get out of here somehow. All I have to do is make sure you got a valid license and you're on your way. So I can
Not gonna happen, man. Not gonna happen. I'm not giving you a license for you to make sure I have a valid license. That is not accordance with the
Okay.
law.
I got your point, but here's the thing.
Sure.
If you drive away from here
Yes.
and something happens,
Yes.
we're gonna have to get your license at that point. Get what I'm saying?
Well, you have to have a legal reason to pull me over. Like I told him.
I know. I'm not saying we're gonna sit here and try to pull you over. I'm
No, I
just
get
saying,
that.
God forbid, something else happens
I
from now.
know
Got
that
me?
I have a license that is valid and it's legal for me to operate on this
Okay.
roadway. Okay.
All right.
And that's why I have dash cameras front, back, side to side to make sure I'm covered.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it makes it
Just
easy,
like how you
better
guys
for you.
have your cameras.
Well, yeah, we gotta
I
have everything
mine
on
too,
camera.
Mine too.
Yep.
So
All right.
I'm not worried about that part.
All right. You have a good one.
I
We're
never
gonna get
said I
out of
missed
here.
it. Good. All right. Thank you very much, man.
Yep.
Officer Hill finally concedes to the legal reality when he fails to articulate any criminal conduct that would override the citizen's right to ID refusal. The police attempted to use external circumstances, such as a nearby school incident, to exert psychological pressure. However, the camera brilliantly argued that public presence does not equate to criminal involvement. While the police have the authority to run license plates through the DMV system on public roads, demanding a physical driver's license without a moving violation constitutes clear police misconduct. The camera emerged victorious in this standoff by remaining steadfast in his ID refusal and his understanding of the Fourth Amendment. He asserted his right to operate his vehicle with a valid license without having to prove its existence to officers absent a lawful traffic stop. By being released without ever handing over his documentation, he provides a powerful demonstration of the effectiveness of legal literacy. When you know your rights, ID refusal is not an act of obstruction, but a defense of constitutional integrity against baseless demands. Mastering the art of ID refusal is the best way to ensure that law enforcement stays within the boundaries of the law. In summary of this standoff, we witnessed the definitive power of legal literacy when facing authority. The camera earns an A grade for his absolute composure and expert application of the Fourth Amendment and Brown v. Texas to maintain a perfect ID refusal. Conversely, Officer Hill receives a D grade. While not physically aggressive, he displayed a clear lack of professional integrity by attempting to coerce identification without reasonable articulable suspicion. The core legal principle showcased here is that law enforcement cannot demand identification without a specific criminal predicate. If you encounter a similar situation, always establish whether you are detained and demand the officer articulate the suspected crime. Maintain a respectful but firm stance in your ID refusal when no legal basis exists. Be sure to subscribe to ID Refusal 101 to master your civil rights and follow the original channel for providing this educational footage. Knowledge is your primary defense. By practicing consistent ID refusal, you protect the constitutional rights of every citizen. Knowing your rights isn't being difficult, it's being prepared. If this video helped you understand your legal rights, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below, tell us your story, ask a question, or suggest the next encounter we should break down. This is ID Refusal 101, where we teach the basics of your right. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.